Lamin Yamal has easily become one of the best football superstars in a long time at just 16 years old. He's already accomplished so much in his career, like becoming the youngest player to appear for Barcelona at 15 years old, being seen as a true heir to Lionel Messi at the same time, and becoming the youngest player and goal scorer for the Spain national team, going on to help his country to lift their 4th European championship. But how did Lamin Yamal get to this point in stardom, where he's become one of the biggest names of football, all while still being a teenager? Well, let's take a look at the rise of Lamin Yamal. Now, Lamin Yamal was born on July 13, 2007 in Mataró, Spain, specifically in a neighborhood called Rocafonda. Additionally, he was born in a very diverse family, with his father, also known on Instagram as HustleHard304, being Moroccan, and his mother being from Equatorial Guinea. And he's proud to have diverse roots as well, with him having both of those flags printed on his boots. Fun fact though, a few months after Lamin Yamal was born, in October 2007, FC Barcelona and UNICEF partnered up for a charity event, and a young Lionel Messi, who is already a superstar by the way, was selected to take part in this charity by Barcelona. And all he had to do was take pictures with the baby. But the crazy thing is, that baby was Lamin Yamal. Unknowingly, Lionel Messi might have blessed Lamin Yamal at a young age with his superior football genes, and it's no wonder Lamin Yamal has only gone on to make football history. He was basically baptized by the greatest football player the sport has ever seen. The craziest thing about this too is that to be selected for this charity event, Lamin Yamal's family won the opportunity through a random raffle that included their entire neighborhood of Rocafonda. And out of everybody, Lamin Yamal was selected. The universe works in mysterious ways. The stars are truly aligned. Now, growing up, Lamin was a talented and humble kid. He was always very good with the ball at his feet, and it became really noticeable on the streets of Rocafonda. So much so that he eventually ended up playing for the youth team of CF La Torreta, and then in 2014, after a scout report, Barcelona took notice of the young Yamal, despite him only being 7 years old at the time. A few days after reading the reports, Barcelona invited Lamin to play a game for them so they could see him from up close. And after realizing that this kid was the real deal, with him having extremely good ball control, strength, pace, etc., the Barcelona hierarchy decided that it was worth betting on him and allowed him to train at the prestigious academy La Masia. Now, like I said, Lamin was very humble, because after getting into Barcelona, he never told the other kids he used to play football with on the streets that he got in, because he didn't want them to feel bad that they weren't in there with him. He never wore any of his Barcelona hoodies, shirts, pants, etc. in front of them, just so they wouldn't know. I honestly respect this humbleness out of Lamin Yamal a lot, man. He deserves everything good that's happening to him for real. Anyways, Lamin Yamal became an instant hit for the Barcelona academy. In his second year of playing for them, he scored 56 times in 30 games, showcasing his extraordinary talent. An old Barcelona coach, Albert Puig, even said that Lamin Yamal was a lot better than the rest of his teammates, and he still used to be the star of the team even when he was playing 4 age groups up. Additionally, the La Masia Academy has a protocol where they only let players live in their residency if they live outside Catalonia, the region where Barcelona is based. However, for Lamin, due to the fact that he was a boy with exceptional talent, Barcelona broke their own rules to allow Lamin Yamal to stay in residency as well. The staff wanted this to happen just so they could control his rest, diet, and workload, because everybody knew that he could easily become a professional footballer. Eventually, as the years go by, Lamin Yamal would only continue to become a young star in the academy, as he continued to develop himself as a left-footed winger that was good at dribbling, finishing, and overall just being creative. Eventually, Barcelona were invited to the La Liga Promises Santander International Tournament, where Lamin would establish himself as the best player of the tournament, scoring 7 goals during it, and he played a huge role in helping Barcelona win the competition as well. His excellent play style also led him to play a part in Barcelona being Real Madrid 6-1 in the tournament. And at this competition, the Spain Federation noticed how excellent Lamin Yamal's play style was, and how good he was on the ball and driving it forward to create the best opportunities for his team. And because of that, the Spanish FA invited Lamin to play for them at the under 15 and under 16 level. Not only that, Lamin had the opportunity to represent Spain's under 17 side at the 2023 European under 17 Championship, where Yamal would score 4 goals at the tournament, and one of them being eerily similar to a goal he would score for Spain at the 2024 Euros. But I am getting a little too ahead of myself right now. Back to the under 17 Championship, Spain did very well at the competition, making the semifinals. But eventually, they would get knocked out by a very talented France team with a 3-1 loss. However, in spite of this, due to Lamin's impressive showings at Barcelona and the Spanish youth teams, it was only going to be a matter of time until Lamin Yamal was called up to play for Barcelona's senior team. And that's exactly what happened, because Xavi, the Barcelona coach, has been noticing for a while how deadly Lamin Yamal was for La Masia with his amazing left foot, kind of reminding him of Lionel Messi's young days, which Xavi was very familiar with since they both played together. So Xavi decided that it would be a good idea to invite Lamin Yamal to train with the first team of Barcelona, and Lamin did not look back at this opportunity and impressed Xavi a ton. That's when Xavi decided to name Lamin Yamal into the Barcelona squad in their game against Atletico, where he was an unused sub as Barcelona went on to defeat Atleti 1-0. However, the following week on April 29th, 2023, Lamin Yamal's time to shine would finally happen. But before we talk about that, please remember to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and it means a lot, so thank you. And also, if you guys can, follow my Twitter and my Instagram, both at Nabuto, if you just want to hear my thoughts on football games, transfers, and overall, just to get to know me more. So if you want to, feel free to hit hit me up with that follow. Thank you. Now back to topic. Barcelona were playing Real Betis and were cruising against them, beating them 4-0. That's when Xavi decided that this would be the perfect opportunity to bring a young prodigy into the game. So in the 83rd minute, Lamin Yamal would replace Gavi in the match, receiving a standing ovation from the Barcelona supporters, who were aware of how talented this kid is. With this 11-minute cameo, Yamal impressed the Barcelona fans by almost ending up with a goal and an assist, and if it wasn't for Claudio Bravo making a crazy one-on-one save, or Ousmane Dembele absolutely missing the ball from an easy angle to score, Lamin Yamal would have had his first goal contributions. All in all though, this cameo showed that Lamin Yamal had what it takes to live up to his high expectations, and he was definitely ready for some first team football. However, there was more going on behind the scenes than just giving Yamal a little stretch of game time. That's because when Yamal made his debut at 15 years, 9 months and 16 days old, meaning he wasn't 16 years old yet, Yamal would technically have the opportunity to become a free agent and ready to sign for any club in the world when he did turn 16. Therefore, Barcelona and Xavi gave him his debut to show him that Barcelona are ready to give him chances with the first team, and also to show him that they believe in him. And this worked, obviously, because Xavi came out and said that the entire situation regarding Lamin Yamal was under control, with his mind locked in on succeeding at Barcelona and wanting to stay at the club. And Xavi wasn't lying, because Lamin Yamal was set to be a key player for Barcelona in the 23-24 season. It wasn't supposed to be Lamin's breakout season though. The plan for him was to be slowly integrated into the squad. But with Barcelona being somewhat broke, Ousmane Dembele, the winger ahead of Lamin Yamal, leaving to PSG, and the old heir to the throne after Messi, Ansu Fati, leaving Barcelona to join Brighton on a season-long loan deal, the door opened for Lamin to take this opportunity. And trust me, he would be one of the youngest players to feature in an El Clasico. And then in December, Lamin would win the Golden Boy the Youngest trophy, with him becoming the youngest player to be nominated for the Golden Boy award, something that he's probably going to win in the future. And honestly, throughout the season, Lamin Yamal will continue to shatter records for Barcelona when it comes to his age. Like for example, when he scored against Osasuna in the Supercopa de España, he became the youngest player to do so at just 16 years and 182 days old. Then in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals against Athletic Bilbao, he would become the youngest goal scorer in the competition's history. Then throughout the season, he would achieve even more records, like becoming the youngest player to score a brace in La Liga, the youngest player to register more than 10 goal contributions in La Liga, becoming the youngest player to start and play in the Champions League knockout game, etc. Overall in the season 2, Lamin Yamal will grab himself 7 goals and 10 assists in 50 games. Now obviously, when you compare his stats to other established wingers, these goal contribution stats aren't too crazy. But remember, this guy's 16! These stats for a 16-year-old are absolutely outrageous. Eventually, with Lamin Yamal becoming a key player for Barcelona in the 23-24 season and shattering all these records, it would only be a matter of time before the Spain senior national team gave him a chance. However, it was going to be more tricky than Spain thought, because Morocco's national team was also very interested in convincing Lamin Yamal to switch over to them instead. That's because Morocco were just coming off a very successful 2022 World Cup, and half their team is filled with dual nationals anyways, which would completely fit Lamin Yamal. Not only that, Lamin Yamal was recorded celebrating when Morocco beat Spain at the World Cup, with him even kissing the Moroccan badge. But Lamin Yamal was developed in the Spanish system, and he had only represented Spanish youth teams, never Morocco's. Unlike Hakimi, who although was born and raised in Spain, he only played for Morocco's youth teams. So when Lamin was called up to represent Spain in the Euro qualifiers against Georgia and Cyprus, Lamin Yamal accepted the call-up, and even got his debut against Georgia, where he was scored in the 74th minute of a 7-1 victory at just 16 years and 57 days old, becoming the youngest player and goal scorer for Spain, breaking both of Gavi's records. Lamin Yamal also became the youngest goal scorer in a Euro qualifying match, overtaking Gareth Bale's record as well. Eventually, after Lamin Yamal had a few more good showings in Spain national team games, especially in that 3-3 draw against Brazil, where he would get a standing ovation at the Bernabeu, the home of Real Madrid, which is just absolutely insane to receive at just 16 years old, he would eventually be selected in the 26-man squad for Spain's Euro 2024 campaign. And eventually at this tournament, he and his best friend, Nico Williams, would succeed together on the international stage. In Spain's first game against Croatia in the group stages, Lamin Yamal would start and make his European Championship debut, becoming the youngest player to feature at the tournament at just 16 years and 338 days old. In the match 2, he would become the youngest player to provide an assist at the tournament as well, with him providing the 3rd goal for his country when he assisted Dani Carvajal. Then, after a couple more impressive showings against Italy and Albania, Lamin Yamal would start in the round 16 game against Georgia, where he would become the youngest player to feature in the knockout phase of the European Championships, breaking Jude Bellingham's record, and he also would provide another assist in a 4-1 win. Then, in the quarterfinals against Germany, Lamin Yamal provided an important assist to Dani Olmo in their 2-1 win, and tied a Spanish record for having 3 assists in 1 European Championship. Then, before the semi-final clash against France, one of the French players, Adrien Rabiot, decided to provoke Lamin Yamal in a press conference, saying that Lamin Yamal would have to do more than he has at the tournament if he wants Spain to beat France. And Lamin would answer to Rabiot's comments on his Instagram story, saying, "Move in silence, only speak when it's time to say checkmate." And Lamin Yamal talked the talk, because in the match against France, despite going down 1-0 early on in the match, Lamin Yamal would create space for himself outside the box and hit a curling strike, which ended up hitting the side of the post before going into the back of the net. And with this goal, Lamin Yamal became the youngest goal scorer in the history of the Euros, just 4 days before he turned 17 years old. And the best part part about this goal is not only did it contribute to Spain's 2-1 victory over France, but he scored right in front of Adrien Rabiot. This was a generational donkey by Lamin Yamal, bro. I don't think Adrien Rabiot is going to open his mouth again anytime soon. Then in the Euro 2024 final against England, Lamin Yamal would assist his best friend Nico Williams for Spain's opening goal of the game, becoming the youngest player to register a goal involvement in a major tournament final. And eventually, this assist proved vital in Spain winning the final 2-1, thus winning their 4th ever European Championship, becoming the record holders of the tournament, and Lamin Yamal became the youngest player to win the Euros. And with Lamin Yamal scoring 1 goal and getting 4 assists throughout the tournament, he was named as a Euro 2024 Young Player of the Tournament, and rightfully so. What a season and what a summer Lamin Yamal just had, bruh. Football was going in such a dark direction in terms of there being no creative players or wingers anymore. But now with Lamin Yamal, and Nico Williams to be fair, it seems like football is heading into the right direction once again. And I can't wait to see what more Lamin Yamal will accomplish in his career. And best believe I'll be following what he does closely throughout the next 2 decades. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And please be sure to follow my Twitter and my Instagram. The links are in my YouTube description. And last but not least, if you want to watch me attend 2 Copa America games across the country in just 24 hours, you definitely want to check out this video right here. You won't regret it.